Hello everyone, this is Jason from Primetime Aquatics, and in this video I wanted to take a couple minutes and talk about where we get our aquarium rocks. Lately that has been a very popular question. I just wanted to take a few minutes and answer it. As some of you know, when you are aquascaping a new tank, the cost can build up in a hurry, and one of the most expensive parts of aquascaping is when you add rocks. You go to a pet store and it's not unusual to find rocks at $3 to $4 per pound, and you pick out all the rocks that you want that you think you're going to need, and then you bring them to the front counter and they start weighing them, and you realize, wow, you know what, 50 to 100 pounds of rocks really doesn't look like a lot. And you're walking out of the pet store, next thing you know, you spent $200, $300, $400 on rocks. The cost can build up quick. I want to take a few minutes and talk about how we keep our costs down. Now, yes, if you're going to be buying special rocks like the Aquarium stone, that's going to cost a lot of money, and sometimes you really don't have another option other than going to a pet store. But for us, we don't use a lot of specialized rocks. In fact, most of the rocks that we use really are two different types. One is Flagstone, and so that's the white rock that kind of looks like levels that we have in the 125 Lake Tanganyika tank. We have it in our Pseudotrophia psilocybe tank. We have it in our Lake Tanganyika tank in the 33 long, and many other different types of tanks. And guess what? We can get that from a landscaping place for somewhere around 20 to 30 cents per pound. And so we are saving a ton of money. Now, the Flagstone in our fish room doesn't impact our water parameters at all. We have a pH of around 8.2. Our water hardness is fairly hard, somewhere in that 200 parts per million. And the Flagstone, after we put it in, it really doesn't do anything to our water. If you've got softer water with a lower pH, that could definitely impact your water parameters. Now, if you're keeping African cichlids, that could be a good thing, like we do. The second type of rock that we find at our local landscaping place is just river rock. And so a lot of the stuff labeled as river rock, that's what we're using in our aquariums. Now, we try to stay away from rock that's got a really chalky feel to it and is flaking off, or it's super sparkly. In fact, at some point in the future, we will do a video on how to pick out the rocks. But if you can see from our videos, it's river rock and it's Flagstone, and we've had very good luck with both of those things. When we get them from our local landscaping place, we will generally either soak them in a 10% bleach solution or hydrogen peroxide, and then we'll rinse them off. We'll soak them in regular water, and usually they're ready to go. Of course, we're going to scrape off any dirt or debris as well, and we've had pretty good luck doing that. Now, there's another way to get rocks that's even cheaper than what I've mentioned. That is, just go find them in nature, grab them, take them home, clean them up, put them in your tanks. I would say be careful with that, because depending on where you live, if you take rocks from a location, that can actually be against the law, so it's something you might want to think about. And that's why we generally just stay with our landscaping places at 20 to 30 cents a pound. It's relatively cheap. We can fill up our truck and get lots of rocks, hundreds of pounds, store it in our garage, and then we're ready to go. All right, everyone, so that's where we get our rocks. Just wanted to share that with you, a money-saving tip. If you enjoyed the video, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.